everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Building a Harmonious Family with Nevena Bajalac. And today my guest is coming to us from beautiful Austria. She is in Vienna, and her name is Ursula Perl. And Ursula is a single mother of a 14-year daughter. She used to work in a corporate world for 22 years, and she's going to talk and share her journey, how she balanced work and parenting with us. But now she's an author, and her first book called Live the UP Way is coming soon. And Ursula will share a little bit more about her book. And she works as a mindfulness coach, and she focuses on meditation. So I'm very excited to welcome Ursula today. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you so much for this incredible introduction. It's an honor to be here with you today.
Thank you so much, Ursula. So tell us a little bit more. Let's start. Tell us, what is it that you do now as a mindfulness coach? You told me you focus on meditation, and I would love to, through this interview, we talk a little bit more how parents can use this to raise their mindfulness and use meditation as a tool in order to deal with struggles in parenting a bit easier and keep the harmony in the family easier. So tell us where you are now, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more how everything started.
Yes. Now I'm a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher and a law of attraction teacher. And I must tell something about the past, how it comes to my journey. So as you've already mentioned, I'm very proud single mom of a wonderful 14-year-old daughter. And previously, the free time I had together with my daughter was far too little. We often saw each other for only about 10 minutes a day, and I was working, and after that I was in the gym, and she was in school, and after that she was training with her handball team. And on the weekends we all sleep very, very long, often up to noon, and I have to do all the housework, and my daughter was spending time with her friends or her father. And so we really didn't have enough time to each other. We saw really only for an hour often at the weekends. And so all in all, I lived a very stressful and exhausted life. And I was always in a bad mood, and I complained about everything and others and made others responsible for my bad mood. And yes, and as you already mentioned, I worked in the corporate world more than 22 years, and I totally neglected my personal development. So besides the job as an author and risk manager, I also had to take care of my daughter and felt so lost and overwhelmed, you know what I mean?
Yes.
The whole time. So one day, it's about 2 years ago, I decided to change my life completely. I asked myself, is that all? I couldn't believe that. And I was always interested in sports. And so first I changed my sport activities. And so I went from powerlifting. I was a powerlifter. So I was lifting very heavy weights. And I went from powerlifting to yoga.
Totally opposite.
Absolutely. This was a really extreme change and a real big challenge the first few times, because I wasn't this thin and flexible person at that time. And so between us, I'm still not a thin yoga person, as you may have in your mind, maybe. So I studied a lot of personal development, and I found really inspiring and positive mentors. And these mentors showed me my negative life as a mirror image. And I knew immediately that I had to change my life and not my environment. I have to change myself, first me and then my environment. So I started to change my daily routines. First of all, I started to wake up earlier before my daughter woke up, just before the sun rises. And Oh my gosh, that was quite the challenge for a morning grouch like me. But at the time of day, I was able to get so much more done and really invest the time in myself and schedule my time properly. So after that, I concentrated myself on my personal development. And so I became a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher and a law of attraction practitioner. Yeah, and thus I finally had to deal with myself, and I asked myself the question of who I am and what I want to achieve. And I had never thought about things like gratitude or forgiveness, self-love, or my negative habits or bad habits, or being in the presence. I always performed only for others, for my family, for my work, but not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we
Yeah.
so easily go into this victim mode, like this is happening to me. I have this job and I have this, and I'm single mom, and like we it's so easy to go. I lost my job, or the company is not paying me now, and we feel bad. So it's very important to be aware of our emotions, because our emotions are telling us something, telling us we are thinking negative thoughts when you have negative emotions, and that's so powerful. It's our guidance system.
Yeah.
And I think every time when you say, you know what, I had enough, I'm going to change and I'm in control of my life, automatically we feel better, because now, right now, I have my power back. I have, because when we're in the victim mode,
Oh,
we
yeah.
we give our power away, and we always have the power, we're just not aware of it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I think
definitely.
everybody has a journey or awakening. Mine also happened last couple of years, almost a decade, but it was going gradually. When we are ready, information comes to us. They say when student is ready, the teacher will show up. So I see similar things happen to you. You start asking, is it? It was similar to me. I was just much shorter in corporate world than you. So I realized in my 20s, I was like, what is this? This is not life.
Oh,
But tell
better
me a little
earlier.
bit more. Yes, I would love to talk. I'm a big believer. I mean, we can believe or not, but law attraction is working always. It's one of the strongest laws of universe, not just our planet, but the whole universe. I always tell people there are tribes in maybe Africa who don't know about gravity. They don't have education. They don't understand. But that doesn't mean that gravity is affecting them every single day. So it's the same like law of attraction. Some people are my listening, they might say, oh, again, the same story and people talking about this. It doesn't matter if you believe or not, but this law is so powerful and everything is created through it. And I would invite everyone to start studying a little bit more. But tell
Oh,
us some examples. That I had these awakening when I started learning about
yes,
laws
exactly.
of the universe. And then I went back through my life and I could tell exactly, and I can tell every single day, whatever happens to me, good or bad, I know that I created it. I know I go back and I say, yeah, I was thinking about this and I was worrying this will happen, and it happened. So I'm very aware of it. And of course, still we have to train ourselves to try to always think in positive way. But what are some big moments, maybe if you want to share some stories, when you say, oh wow, this was in my past, such an obvious sign of law of attraction working. I had no idea back then, but what was something for you? Do you have any examples?
Yes, um, I really try to lose all my negative friends. Yeah, I try to think more positive. I don't watch any news, and I don't want this negative environment push on me. And then I really see in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, every week, all these positive people are coming to me. They come into my life. They become friends, and this is so amazing. And this was my really
Your
wow.
biggest.
I thought when I when I left all my friends, oh, who is here for me? I have no friends, and what happens? And I'm alone. And no, they come to you. Yes, they really, you attract these positive people, and they come into your world. Yeah, you don't have to struggle that you are alone or something like that. You have really, you attract it. And
Beautiful.
Last week, I lost my job after 22 years. And I was really thinking of my own business, to become an author, to become a coach. And this was law of attraction as it passed, really. It was, yeah. And I was so much thinking about it. Yes, it was a shock the first time. But when I think about it, I attracted. I really
Yes.
attracted it. So
Yes,
these
it
two
happened
times
to me.
was,
I was working beginning of 2020 when COVID started. I had a couple of clients. I was doing a lot of consulting. I wasn't in corporate, but I had consulting, and I really didn't like some of my clients. They were very unprofessional. They didn't pay on time. They never had professional meetings to explain things, and this is something that doesn't meet my values, right? I am very, I know what my values are, and I like professionalism in business. And I remember I attracted it as well. I just received an email, and they stop everything, the contracts, the continue. And of course, like you said, first you're in shock and you're kind of upset. It's our
yeah.
ego that comes in the way. But
Oh
then I
yes.
said, why am I upset? I really didn't enjoy working with them just because it didn't came, under my terms. I'm the one who actually
Absolutely.
wanted this,
Yeah.
I really and it worked out because now I had free time to focus on things I wanted. So it's very, very powerful.
Oh,
But tell us,
absolutely.
Ursula, let's speak a little bit more about parenting. How was it being a single mom? You said you didn't see one another. What was some biggest struggles? What is something that now, as a mindfulness and someone who studied mindfulness, you would tell parents not to make maybe the same mistakes? Or what is something that you would do differently?
To go away from all this stress. I really let the stress come into me. I take the work with me at home, and I I say it's always an inside job that you have to work with yourself. Yeah, we
Mm,
always are focused on the past or on the future, but not in the present. And when you really see your daughter or your kids um, are living next to you, and you live like an autopilot, everything is like an autopilot. You woke up, you go to work, and then come home and go to the gym or do this or meet some friends, and every day the same. I don't work. I really didn't work on myself. I
mm,
was always said, I said, I have no time for this, I have no time for that, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Really get more organized, get more structured, and take time with the kids, and really um, do some good conversations with them, and talk with them, and not being like an autopilot, like
yeah.
like a mother who is cooking or doing the housework. And no, really take this time, and take your time. It's so important to give yourself this time with you, with your sports, or with your working on your mind. And this is, I think this
Yeah.
is the best we can do for our kids, to be calm, to live a life in happiness and
Yeah.
serenity and joy. And I think we are the mirror of the kids.
I will never forget when I was managing a nursery a couple of years ago, and there was this father. He was amazing father, and the boy was like 3 years old, and the father works for a big company, and he obviously works a lot. So he was never there. He was never coming there. He was never the kids missed him. And one day the mom dropped him, and he's like, well, where is dad? And it was early morning, and she said, well, he's at work, he has to work. And he was like, when will he stop working?
Oh,
And I
oh,
looked at her and I said, wow, this is such a good question. Well, when will he stop working? Because the child is like, we're missing all the fun. Like, he's not here and he wants to be here. We want him to be
oh.
here. Why we have to work so much? And I think COVID was one of the blessings that we realized is how much work we can do at home, and how much other opportunities are to earn money. Not even running your business. You can do different things, support other businesses, support other people. and get paid for it or use your talents.
Yeah.
And I think it opened the new horizons for so many of us, right? Because
Oh, yes.
we are like now, oh wow, I don't need to spend like 12 hours in the office, and I can be with my family and organize my time, which is very, very powerful.
Yes, I'm with you. It was on the one side, it was really, really a blessing to take this time with yourself and to see your world at home, yeah, with your
Yeah.
kids, and you don't have this autopilot, you don't have this routines, these daily routines, and take this time with your kids, and I really enjoyed it so much, and I now enjoy it more when I'm at home and I have more time, and this is so special for me.
How your change, I would love to know how you changing affected your daughter also changing. What are some changes you saw in her as well now that you changed in the last year?
Yes, I my relationship when I got more calm and more happier, my relationship to my daughter was more amazing, and we can spend much more time together. And she said to me, um, "Mom, it's so nice that you have time for me now. This is so nice that you are here for me now, and we can speak together and we can plan and organize our day, and it, the time is so much more fulfilled with quality and good conversations." And when I see her, when she looked me in the eyes, and she said, um, "It's so wonderful that you're here." And last week she said, "It's so good that you've lost your job, and we have so much more time together, and we can do sports together, and we can talk together, and we can go shopping together, name it. This is this was my dreams coming true when my daughter is happy, and I see her in the eyes, and
Yeah.
you can feel it as a mother when she's happy and when she's feeling good, and we have
Yeah.
this special relationship together.
Beautiful. And I always say children feel also what we feel. And if we remember ourselves looking at our parents, whenever they were stressed or worried or unhappy, we could feel it. And we really wanted them to be happy as well. So we sometimes forget that our children are very observant and they're very mature and they can see some things. And we just feel lost. We're like, I have to do this. I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have to earn
Mhm.
money. And they're like, well, there must be other way, right? They see your unhappiness along the way,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
still very observant of that. And I think that's so powerful because you're also role modeling her. And
absolutely.
I love that you managed to rebuild your relationship.
Yeah, and I'm sure that our children are happy when their parents are happy, and
Yes.
they are so sensitive and sense immediately when something isn't right with their parents, or when their parents are not happy. They feel it. They have this sense.
Yeah. So, Ursula, tell us first, just as we're wrapping slowly this episode, tell us a little bit more about your book. Why
Yeah.
should everybody read your book? What does it mean living the UP way?
Yeah.
And tell us when it's going to be available. We're going to make sure to put links so people connect with you and they can go on Amazon and also purchase the book.
Yes, of course. So I've always be a bookworm, and I would like to share these phenomenal experiences and change for me, and I would like to change other people's life too. People, they are also exhausted or overwhelmed, and like me in the past. And so I decided to write my book, Live the Up Way. Up, UP are my initials.
Yes.
And yes, said done. My book is born, and next month, February 16th, my book will be launched. It's all about cleaning up, cleaning up your life. It starts with your home, then your habits, your friends, your mind, your love, your self-love, and last but not least, with meditation and yoga. And each of these steps costs you no money. It is only a work on yourself. And I'm convinced that many people like me in the past too live in the past or in the future, not in the present. And I would like to show them that you can do everything in yourself. And yeah, now I have this wonderful and really happy and calm life. And
that you
yes,
wish for many people, and many people want that. So make sure everyone, by the time we publish this episode, we're going to put the links on Amazon. Get the book, get the free tools on how you can change, how you can move from really stressful, and this is something that I'm passionate and helping families as well, move from stressful to really joyful and calm life that all of us wish. So Ursula,
yeah,
for the end of this episode, I would like to ask you one more advice that you would give to parents on what they can apply today in their lives and how they can start changing?
really use the time in the morning. This is your time before your your partner, your husband, your kids waking up. Use this time. Be organized, write everything down, make your daily goal book, and really do the tasks. You set the task. This must not it has to be 1, 2, 3 tasks, not more.
Yeah.
Do really organize yourself and use this time to do your meditation, or not for hours, or you not have to sit for hours. Do it for 3 or 5 minutes and getting clear in your mind and really enjoy this being in the present, and then start your day with joy and with energy. And the same when the day is ending, take your time, take these 5 minutes for you, getting calm, being here, being in the present, and you will love it. When you wake up, you feel like you sleep not 7 hours, you sleep 10 or 12 hours. It's so important to get calm in the morning and in the evening.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for this amazing tip, Ursula. It
Thank
was
you.
pleasure having you here on the show and speaking to you. And I'm sure all the listeners benefited so much. Thank you once again for being my guest. Thank you
Thank
everyone
you.
for listening as well. Make sure to download this episode, share it with others, share your stories with us and your comments of what was your biggest takeaway, and connect with Ursula and me and give us your feedback. And I will see you in the next episode.